Hi, I'm Christopher. I'm the CEO of KUGU, one of the two founders.
Yeah, my name is Scott Williams. I'm the Chief Product Officer at KUGU, and I have been at KUGU for 6 months.
I first heard about NXLab through a newsletter, and I was reading it, and back then we had, it was very appealing because we had a couple of struggles in our product team and our tech team, and I was like, yeah, why not talking to a couple of people who might help us and giving us some advice.
I think there's especially within Berlin, I think there's two tranches of kind of startup. They're the ones that think that they can do everything their own way in a completely different way, which is a very Berlin cultural thing. And there are other businesses that don't. So I think KUGU had got to kind of stage 1, kind of the base camp, but to be able to scale kind of the mountain and go to stage 2, they needed someone who understood technology, products, culture, prioritization, problem solving, all that kind of stuff. Because they'd been doing it, but they wanted to grow the numbers sizably, so they had to fundamentally hire someone like me, and I had to basically be a bit of a pain in the ass for 6 months and ask the really difficult questions and get work signed off that no one thought was important until it landed, and those kind of things. So ultimately kind of being an agent of change to enable them to fulfill what they ultimately want to achieve.
Actually, we are making great progress. We scratched on the surface, and we found out that the problem is bigger than maybe initially thought. So Scott, the CPO, is doing an amazing job in putting things together. We even got more intros now to our interim CTO, helping us to really navigate through a time of change and really, yes, bringing us forward a lot. And so I really had a good experience on the NXLab.
The first thing is that I've been very lucky in my career. I've been working in digital since about 98, and was at Google at the start, and I've worked with some incredible people over the years. So I think first of all, bringing in that experience, I wouldn't go too far to say it was wisdom, because that's not for me to judge, but I've built a lot of stuff and I've made a lot of mistakes. And so being able to bring that in and talk openly about how you scale products and how you scale a business and what does scaling actually mean, which is ultimately it's like making more money and becoming more popular. And trying to minimize the amount of mistakes that you make along the way. That's ultimately what I think scaling is ultimately about. And so I think I've had a lot of experience with that. So I think I've come in and been that kind of agent provocateur a little bit, which is like, why are you doing it this way? Why are we doing it this way? Why are you using that tech? Why are you using this? Why are you using that? Questioning everything, which is annoying, right? Because it's like, we've all got a nephew or a niece that you take out for the day, and they're like, why is the sky blue and why is the grass green? And after a while, you're like, please shut up. Unfortunately, I just don't shut up. So I think culturally, from a management perspective, that's one of my key roles. And then the second thing is that you then have to take what we have and try and improve it. So I think sometimes scaling is about changing 100 small things, and then sometimes at the same time concurrently you have to change a couple of big things, and you have to kind of run those concurrently. And sometimes it's that old adage of you can't make omelette without breaking a few eggs. So it's like, I think part of my job is kind of picking the right eggs to be broken. And if that analogy holds true, which now I've said it out loud, maybe it doesn't, but yeah, I think that's ultimately what I'm here to do. And obviously to drive best-in-class products and product governance and growth and all those things too.
100%. Maybe for two reasons. The first, it is always good to exchange experiences and get know-how from more senior people. And secondly, I think also the network, and then again finding maybe even more people through that. It's super valuable, and it was so easy to access. So definitely not very complicated in the whole process. So 100% recommended.